If you're stuck in a situationship or relationship that leaves you anxious, overthinking, or confusing crumbs for connection, and you don't understand why you can't just walk away, you're not broken and you're not alone. There's real science behind why you feel stuck. And once you understand it, you can start setting yourself free. This is part 1 of my series, From Wounds to Wings, Healing Through Heartbreak. This is your journey to transformation. In this video, we're unpacking what happens in your brain, your body, and your energy. Situations when love feels more like survival, and why leaving often feels impossible. Let's start with what's happening in your brain, because this is where the trap begins. Most people think staying in toxic love is about willpower, but it's not. It's about wiring. There's a concept in psychology called intermittent reinforcement. It's when affection, validation, and attention are given unpredictably. Sometimes you're loved, sometimes you're ignored. It's the same mechanism used in slot machines. You keep pulling the lever, hoping this time you'll win. Even when most of what you get is loss. You express a need, they ignore it. Days pass, silence, then out of nowhere, a late night thinking of you text. Your body lights up, dopamine hits, you feel chosen again. And without realizing it, your brain creates a loop. Ignore, crave, reward, relief. Your brain becomes more addicted to the anticipation of love than the love itself. You stop asking, is this good for me? You start asking, how do I get them to come back? Not because you don't know your worth, but because your brain got trained to chase someone who only sometimes made you feel worthy. What starts in the brain quickly spreads to the body, because once your mind is hooked, your nervous system is trained too. You start living in a state of chronic anticipation, always waiting, always wondering, will they reach out today? Will they pull away? Your body prepares for impact, even when nothing's happening yet. This is called hypervigilance. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for the next emotional threat. A late reply feels like abandonment. A shift in tone makes your heart race. Silence feels like danger. Your body learns to expect chaos. So, even when things are calm, it doesn't feel safe. Peace feels suspicious. Stability feels boring. You start mistaking adrenaline for attraction and stillness for disconnection. It's like living with a broken fire alarm, constantly blaring, even when there's no fire. You swing between fight, flight, and fawn, and your body calls it love. But really, it's survival. And in the middle of all this, your body starts to feel like it's betraying you. You feel anxious, then numb. You spiral over silence. You flinch at closeness. You start asking yourself, am I overreacting, or am I being ignored? Is this love, or is this a warning sign? But soon, your mind will start to sense it as well. In part 2, we'll talk about the warning signs. When your body sounds the alarm, but you can't trust the signals, you then start to doubt your gut. And the situation, it becomes also confusing, but your mind can't let them go. That's when it starts to get dangerous, because that's when the truth starts to split. When a connection is inconsistent, it doesn't just affect your mind or your body. It begins to drain your energy. You start to compromise beyond what your heart knows it should. You start to shrink. You start overgiving and receive little in return. You leak power, trying to earn closeness. Even in the good moments, you feel off. Something doesn't land. Something doesn't stay. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. They pour affection into you. A text, an apology, a compliment. And for a second, it feels full, but it slips through, because the parts of you that needed safe, consistent, real love were never fully held. You start to believe this person is your soulmate because the pull feels so strong. But what you're really feeling is the intensity of unmet needs colliding with unresolved pain. You feel tired all the time. You overthink everything. You live in a constant ache, longing for someone who only sometimes shows up. And then you start believing, or maybe just trying to convince yourself, that this is what love is supposed to feel like. But real energetic alignment doesn't feel like chasing. It feels like landing. And if your nervous system has never known that feeling, it makes sense why this all feels so real. But intensity is not intimacy, and you were not made to confuse exhaustion with connection. This kind of love doesn't just hurt, it changes you. You wake up and check your phone. When there's no message, your chest tightens. You tell yourself they're just busy, but your body feels like it's been abandoned again. You replay conversations in your mind. You second-guess your own words. You shrink your needs smaller and smaller, just trying to keep things good. Just trying to avoid feeling that crushing wave of anxiety again. You start letting things go that shouldn't be ignored. You dim your light. You silence your own voice. Not because you don't know something is wrong, but because deep down, you're afraid. Afraid that if you stop pretending, you'll have to face what you already feel in your gut. That it's not working. That it was never really safe. And you're not ready to lose the illusion yet. These are the quiet ways you abandon yourself. Not all at once, but slowly. Every day you stay in something that confuses your nervous system and convinces your soul that chaos is intimacy. It's not your fault, but it is your moment now to stop leaking your light into spaces that only know how to love you in pieces. You were never wrong for how deeply you loved, but you were never meant to stay somewhere that asked you to love in pieces. You are not too much for real love. You are just too bright to keep hiding inside survival. Your healing won't make you hard. It will make you whole. You don't have to earn what's already yours: safety, worth, peace. And the version of you who already knows that is waiting for you on the other side of this. Because when you hear these words and they stir something inside you, that's not just coincidence, that's recognition. So today, choose yourself, choose your peace, choose your freedom. You deserve a healthy love. Because when you choose yourself, amazing new opportunities open up. If this message spoke to you, drop a heart emoji in the comments. And if you want more on healing, breaking patterns, and manifesting love and abundance, subscribe to the Love Alchemy Code.